people might suggest that His Majesty the King, King Charles III, is in fact being blackmailed. Absolutely, 100%. And as ever, it's an interesting story when you think about it, because as we saw recently, of course, the former royal known as Prince Harry popped up on international television and basically said these sort of words. Now, what's been, some people might say, misinterpreted or interpreted, basically by none other than His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, Prince William, is he basically feels, according to an insider, that Prince Harry is simply trying to blackmail His Majesty the King into giving them exactly what they want. As ever, let me explain. Lovely to see you today, and as ever, in this baskingly beautiful summer's day in the very heart of North Yorkshire. Hope you're all keeping well. We'll have a quick wave, whatever you're doing. You see, I'm learning to walk and talk. Yes, well, we all go back to the basics in the end, don't we? Can you walk and talk? Not anymore. You've got to watch the pavement. I know. I'm frightened to death of tripping up at all sorts of stuff, aren't you? Everything's so uneven and so not looked after. And people say, oh, Neil, you know, if you break your ankle or anything, you're out of condition, out of action, should I say, and that's so annoying when it's not your fault. You don't mind if it's your own fault, do you? You slip on a dishcloth. Do you know what I'm saying? Back as ever, so I'm only pulling your leg, but you know what I mean. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. Now, this is fascinating because less than a week ago now, Prince Harry sat down once again with another documentary maker, whinging on about how hard his life was, and more importantly, the difficulties is that he's having been a royal, and the fact that the media are terrible, even though they've supported him for many years. We all know that picture. We all are really tediously bored by it now. I'm sure you'll all agree. But what's fascinating was this, you see, the bombshell that he basically said was, well, you know, he didn't feel safe to bring his wife, the cable TV actress Meghan Markle, back to the United Kingdom because it's just so unsafe. Now, that came from her herself. She doesn't want to return back here to the United Kingdom, and perpetuating this myth, there's two reasons why, and that reason is simply this. She wants that security. She wants the IPP. She 100% basically said on the Oprah Winfrey Show she wanted security, if not for her, for her children and her husband. But of course they all go hand in hand. That's the deal, isn't it? Now, moving forward, of course, what's come out of this was, when you think about it, the bottom line is that, you know, basically she's not prepared to bring the grandchildren, of course, for His Majesty the King to see. Now, he doesn't know them, and all this claptrap that you keep hearing about, Zoom chats, it's just totally made up by all of these royal commentators. I don't mind saying that. It's just ridiculous. There is no conversation. Nobody would run the risk of that. And why on earth would His Majesty the King try and have a conversation, but not the two adults, with a 2-3-year-old? It's just ridiculous, isn't it? But according to that source, Prince William is really upset by that latest outburst on the ITN documentary, seemingly because he truly believes that, of course, his younger brother, Prince Harry, is doing a very subtle job, allegedly, of trying to blackmail His Majesty the King. Basically saying, you know, we don't feel safe, we can't return back here, but we can go anywhere else in the world, whether it be, you know, crime-ridden California, or of course over to Africa, or anywhere, Germany, but England, no, it's terrible. And what I find fascinating about this is, of course, he's damaging our economy as well, because he's basically saying it's simply not safe, he can't turn up. You see how this works. So for now, whichever way you look at it, the King does feel that. I mean, William and Charles are now more close than ever. And if Harry and Meghan felt that by dangling two children that His Majesty has truly never seen, as much as he would like a relationship with those grandchildren, really, it wouldn't be worth the hassle. Harry, you know, doesn't seem to understand, alongside Meghan, that their currency is diminishing each time they speak out. And whatever you think about King Charles, and I feel sorry for him because obviously he's going through his own health scare, as is, of course, the Princess of Wales and, of course, the Duchess of York and many other people around the world. This is the way that Harry and Meghan decide to treat someone who's that, well, in a difficult situation. It's a terrible thing, and you can understand exactly why the Prince of Wales has decided enough is enough. Neil Sean in the very heart of York.